These are my pipe clamps, and they're a total mess. Even though I'm in a multi-million-dollar shop, I still have the same problems y'all guys do, trying to find a good clamp storage solution. But the problem is, whenever I did research, I did not find anything remotely close to simple. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you 3 simple, practical clamp designs. Let's get right into it. Now, all 3 of these designs will hold every style of clamp. Design number 1 is gonna be super simple, no CNC needed. Design number 2 is CNC optional. And design number 3 is going to be fully made with a CNC, and I will have those digital files absolutely for free, so you definitely wanna stay tuned to grab those. Now, let's get into design number 1. For design number 1, all you simply need is a spacer block, which is some random scrap and some other random scrap. You screw it to the wall, and guess what? No CNC involved, no rocket science, and you can hold pipe clamps, pistol grip quick clamps, F clamps, and then now you can put on all your other pipe racks. So it does its job. It's really simple. It will take you just a few minutes to build. The problem is you're gonna run out of wall space. But if this is all you need, it's okay to just have a very simple scrap, screwed in the wall, hang clamps on it, done. The problem is though, you might have more clamps in this. Now that brings me to design number 2, which is really just an improvement on design number 1. And that is, make it adjustable. And now it hooks on design number 1, and now you have adjustable shelves. Now I can stick all of my pipe clamps on this, and it opens up a ton of room. And then if I want longer ones, I just CNC cut some longer ones, or you can cut it with a bandsaw, scroll saw, I really don't care. And you can do this. Now I like this more than a French cleat because you can make the argument that this is just like a French cleat, but these little hooks on here aren't so easy just to pop off like a French cleat is. It has a little bit more stability, and so I like these little hooks a lot better than a French cleat, or I would have showed you a French cleat. So this design is super easy to make. The hooks are really easy as well. So let's hop on over to the computer so I can show you how to quickly make these for whatever situation you're in. That way you can customize them to your needs. All right, so this is what we have mounted on the wall. We have a spacer block, an outside board, and the wall. And the outside board is 3.5 inches thick. So I want my arm to extend 6 inches past the front of this, and I want it to be 1 inch taller, so I need it to be 4.5 inches. So I'm just gonna make that rectangle real quick. And then I'm just gonna put it right to the front of that block, so I know it's roughly 6 inches in front. And I'm gonna put it a little bit above it as well. And then I'm just going to extend out to the end right here, but I'm not gonna go quite all the way to the end of that spacer because we need a little gap. And so I'm just gonna bring it back just a little bit off the back wall right there. Then I'm gonna take that spacer block and delete it because I don't need that rectangle anymore. And I'm gonna take this block, which is the outside board, and I'm gonna make it just a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna hold shift and make it just a little bit thicker like that. Now I'm going to create some lines, and so I'm going to take the line drawer and I'm going to put a line somewhere right there and over there. That looks accurate. Now you want to make sure that this rectangle is sticking a little bit past the big rectangle because we're going to use the interactive trim tool, which is my favorite tool in all of Vectric. And so make sure this box is clicked right here. And watch. We're gonna just go boom, click, 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 and we're gonna trim everything up like that. Then I'm gonna come by with some fillets with an 1/8 inch radius because I'm cutting this out with a 1/4 inch diameter bit, and we're gonna trim up these edges right here, just like so. And then I'm gonna create a dog bone fillet, and I'm gonna come in right here and create a couple little dog bones with this fillet toolpath. Now we have a hook that can easily fit over, and it's going to hook perfectly. Now if you want to make this hook a little bit longer, go to the node edit mode, grab these nodes right there, and just press right on your keyboard. and now it is extended. So that is how you create hooks for design number 2 on your software. All right, let's get to cutting. So this is how it works. Now you can do all kinds of this stuff. The issue is it doesn't really hold these too well. So the reason it doesn't hold these too well is because of that drop right here. So now the fix is, why not just put a board like this on top? And there you go. The issue with this is if you hang it off of one side, it's gonna fall on you. And so what you have to do is kind of do a balancing act for this thing to work, which I really don't like doing. So to fix this problem right here, we made the third design. So before we hang this up on the wall, let's talk about why I designed it the way I did. And if you are getting value from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel. So the original one did not have a back piece this tall, and the problem was I couldn't lay a drill flat and actually put in a screw. And so my second iteration of this design, I actually lifted this up. That way you can actually shoot a screw in there. Another thing that I did is notice that these pieces right here are in the center, but this one is offset. The reason I did that is so I can come over here and put a clamp and it actually goes all the way in on the sides. And so notice that these two outside ones are offset a little bit. Another thing I did is I pocketed all the slots. Now, do you technically need to do that with a CNC? No, but if you have one, why not make it really easy? And so because I did all those pockets, everything fits in there, you know exactly where to put your screws, and it should snap together really easy. Now, I had to keep all of those different things in mind while trying to design it to a 20-inch by 30-inch space. And once again, whenever I design stuff, I like to try to give myself parameters. That way it helps me focus on what's important in the design and what's not. So some of my parameters for this one was it had to be made using Baltic birch, and it had to use a CNC as much as possible, and it's going to eliminate every problem and be, to me, the best universal CNC clamp out there. So the materials you'll need for the Clamp-O-Matic 3000 is a 20-inch by 30-inch piece of Baltic birch. Everything is nested to fit on a 20-inch by 30-inch piece. You could use other plywood, but the digital file is made for Baltic birch. And then the two bits that you'll need are an 1/8-inch upcut, because we're going to be drilling pilot holes, so everything goes together nice and easy. And then whatever 1/4-inch bit you want, I'm using our Golden Girl, which is a 1/4-inch downcut rougher. But if you want to use a downcut finisher, upcut, really doesn't matter. Whatever floats your boat. Now, I do have this material for sale on CIC Workshop as well, if you want to check that out and you don't want to have to go find your own Baltic birch. All right, this is the digital file of the Clamp-O-Matic 3000 that you can get for absolutely free. Just check the link in the description. It's going to be only 3 tool paths. The first tool path, we're just drilling some holes for some screws. So that's going to go all the way through the material with an 1/8-inch bit. Pretty simple here. 1/8-inch upcut is in, Z0'd, XY0'd. We are good to go. Time to start drilling some holes. Also, make sure your upcut bit has a 3/4-inch cutting length, because it is drilling all the way through 3/4-inch plywood. All right, our 1/8-inch bit just got through drilling the holes. The next one is going to be that Golden Girl 3-flute rougher. We'll put that in. I like these down cuts on these kind of things. It just makes everything easier. Your hold downs technically need to be a little bit less good. All right, so I got it tightened down. Let's go to programming, and then we'll start cutting. The next tool path is a simple pocket with a 1/4-inch bit going 0.26 inches deep. And this is mainly for alignment purposes. Now, if your material is thicker than 0.72 inches, you need to come in here and put a negative pocket allowance of, let's say, 0.02 inches to make these pockets just a little bit wider like that. So I like to run my pocketing pass first because then I can check my pocket with the material that's gonna go in there to see if it actually fits or not. And this one does. And now what I'm gonna do, since I already have these holes pre-drilled, I'm gonna put a screw in a few of these holes because I know they won't get cut. This way, I'll have extra good hold down. All right, so we got our pockets cut, we got the additional screws in. Let's head back to the computer and see that profile toolpath. All right, and the last toolpath is going to be a profile on the outside. I'm doing 4 passes with my 1/4 inch bit, and I'm doing a last pass thickness of 0.06 inches, so we have minimal movement, and I did add tabs. And that's just going to cut everything out. It's a very simple program, and I took a ton of time trying to make it simple for you guys. So check that free file out in the description. Now, back to the video. So this is how it should look when it gets fully cut out. So I'm gonna break these apart and then we'll talk about assembly. All right, so we got our pieces cut out, sanded down, all that good stuff. Let me show you how it all goes together. This is the back piece, this is the slot piece. That fits in there, just like that. These pieces are universal, so they should work either way. That's gonna go into here, just like so. And then boom. All it needs is a little bit of screws and your clamp is done. So I'm just gonna put some 1¼ inch screws right here and right here, and then I'm gonna put 2½ inch ones right here going into this back support. Super easy. Now, it might be a little bit of screw overkill. I think you only need 1 screw in the back and 1 screw in the top, but I put 2 in there because I know y'all guys like to use a ton of screws. Now, let's hang this up on the wall. Let me show you how it works. So how design number 3 works is very similar to design number 2. It's gonna hold all of your pipe clamps nice and neat. So now it holds your pipe clamps all nice and neat, and then we scooted in this side right here. That way, put all of your pistol clamps, your F clamps, and you can still put pipe clamps there as well. So we only have 2 screws in the wall, and look, I am 210 pounds. So this is super solid. It's easy to make. It only takes a 20-inch by 30-inch piece of wood. The digital file is absolutely free. All I ask is that you guys make this, get out there, press go on your CNC, check out my bits, check out our materials at cscworkshop.com, and I hope this helps you organize your shop, whether it's design number 1, design number 2 with the additional hooks, or design number 3, which is an all-in-one CNC ready clamp holder. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you left this video with more knowledge than when you started. And as always, remember, if you ain't cutting it close, you ain't cutting it right.